So basically we're going to do like a chakra theme class. But obviously I don't know your capabilities and your abilities. You know your body way more better than I do, and you are your own teacher. So please use your discernment. You know, if you want to take it gentle a little bit, or if you want to push yourself further forward, use your own discernment so you can actually be the teacher today, right? So I'm only here to guide you, and you get to put into practice what you genuinely feel like doing. There shouldn't be, if you've got any ailments around your breathing, again, take what you can. We're going to go into some slow movements and then some fast movements and then some slow movements again, but I'll always give a few options, okay? So I'll just give it one more minute until everybody's in. And if you're not already, please find yourself a seated position, because we're going to start off with some breath work, okay? Uncross the legs however you feel comfortable. So just a quick tip is I'm going to move the fleshy part of my seat back, and just so I can get my perineum like directly on the floor, I want you to just reach forward with those hands, lift up that chest. So you're going to feel your sacrum, the bottom of your pelvis actually touch the floor, right? And now move yourself backwards. So you're going to have a nice long line from the root to the top of the head. Imagine you've got a nice long line from the top of your head all the way down to the root. So imagine you've got a string pulling you all the way back up. Beautiful. Okay, so for the first thing that we're going to do is take your right hand, and we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. And if you've got any issues with your breath on the left or right, you can just imagine the breath going through the left and right side of your body, okay? But if you're happy to do this one, take the right hand, take the thumb to the right side of your nostril, exhale through the left completely, and then take a breath in through the left. Close down the left nostril with your ring finger, and then exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close down the right nostril, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Closing down the left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Closing down the right, exhale through the left. Continue on this path, alternating your breath from left to right. As you inhale, imagine the inhale stemming from the Mother Earth into the root of the base of your spine, through your body, up the nasal passage. And then as you exhale, imagine all of that breath dissipating over to the one side of your body and into Mother Earth. And again, we're going to breathe in into the left or the right side of your body. And imagine you are exhaling, and visualize the breath going up and down your body. Just a couple more seconds. Inhale and exhale. Twenty more seconds on this breath count. Inhaling and exhaling. Make this your last round, and as you finish, ensure you finish on your left side. And when you're ready, place those hands on those knees so I know everybody's at the same point. Inhaling through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Slowly open up those eyes this time. So we're going to do some seated cat-cow. So taking those hands onto those knees, and we're just going to do some gentle breaths. So we're going to inhale, open up the chest, open up the chin a little bit higher than we would into neutral, and then we're going to exhale, draw the navel in, chin to chest. And as we're doing this, we're pulling up through our knees, opening up our chest, and then exhaling, rounding forward. Inhaling here, exhale and round. And so really feel your roots are pulling you down into earth as you round, pushing your bum into the mat. For those of you who want to work a little bit more fast paced, remember you are the teacher, use your discernment. We're going to go for 1 whole minute and we're going to start to speed up. So if you're traveling with me, we're going to go inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. When you're ready, come join me. Use this breath, make it powerful. Get the whole body involved, flexing into the spine throughout the bottom to the top. Inhale, exhale. Generating that heat in the body, using that navel, grounding this energy. Keep it going. Good, 20 more seconds. Keep moving. Last 10. And slow it down, come back to center. If you feel a little bit lightheaded, close down those eyes or take a focal point ahead of you. And just breathe in through the nose, exhale through the nose. Try and ground in this heat, this energy that you've just created, creating that flexible spine, coming back to 0 point. So even though we're going to be working through each chakra today, my whole philosophy will be coming back to 0. So it's almost like you've got words on a whiteboard and we're just going to erase everything that we've just done before we move forward. So just take 1 final deep breath in through the nose. And if you haven't already, slowly open your eyes. We're just going to shift our whole body and do some sacral chakra turns. So really pronunciate this whole body. Feel through the sacral chakra. Ignite your creativity. All of the things that enhance your play, your joy, tapping into your divine feminine energy. Feel this movement, enjoy this movement. You can take it really deep if you prefer. You can really take it however you like. Use this practice to really deepen your connection to your body. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. So really focusing on the color orange, which is the sacral chakra, but we're going to go from the sacral to the root in the next few exercises. So they're going to merge into one another. Pause to the one side and see if you can alternate now to the opposite direction. So whichever way you went. And remember, one side may be feeling a little bit different than the other. You may want to deepen a little bit more on one side. Really circling that energy into the root and the sacral chakra and letting them merge together. Beautiful. Slow it back down, come back to center. And again, come back to that 0 point. Inhaling, using the navel to draw in that energy to the crown and exhaling back down. Beautiful. So if you are seated on a cushion, we're just going to move this to the side. We will need it later, so I'm just going to move it to the side for now. And I want you to come onto your hands and knees. Now, if you need extra padding, please do place that where required. So we're going to take our knees directly underneath our hips and our hands directly over our elbows and shoulders. Softly does it. I'm going to relax the feet, knees hip distance, and then open up the chest. Hold this position. So you've done a lot of flexibility work, but really use this to bend into the back. Pull that chest through the pillars of those arms. And then exhale, round that back, tuck your chin in towards your chest and hold this position. Drawing that navel to the spine, pushing the ground away with the knees, with the toes, with the hands. Beautiful. Open up as you inhale and then exhale, push the ground away. And repeat, inhale. Really force the chest through the pillars of those arms as you inhale, open up, and then big rainbow with the back as you exhale. Now if this pace, if this tempo is perfect for you, please stay here. For the next 60 seconds, we're going to increase our breath, our metabolism, and the heat in the body. So if you're coming with me, we're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Join me when you're ready. Use that forceful exhale. Draw the navel into the spine. Keep pushing the ground away. You're going to feel that sensation of fire, of heat, working into the root chakra, the sacral chakra. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Good. 30 more seconds. Keep feeling this power. Good. Keep it going. Last 10 seconds. And exhale, slowly sit back on those heels, widen up those knees, and just rest that forehead down to the mat. Breathe here. So again, we're coming back to this point of zero. If anybody felt quite dizzy from that, because it was a lot of momentum, a lot of heat, a lot of generating that energy, come back to that 0 point. You may feel tingling around your body. You may feel the heat in the abdominals coming online. And when you're ready, in your own time, come back into the seated position. So I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration. I'm not sure about your levels. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from child's pose, making sure those hands are exactly where they need to be. We're going to come up forward into hanging cobra, but remember, we don't want to sag our abdominals. We want to bring our abdominals nice and tight, holding our feet up high. We're going to look over to the left and then over to the right before we use our abdominals and our leg strength to sit back into our heels, okay? So when you're ready, fingertips nice and wide, spread those hands into the mat, take a deep breath in, use the abdominals, use those legs, come forward and do not sag that belly button. So we're really nice and tight here. Look over to the right and then look over to the left. Come and sit back down into your hips and relax. So we're going to do that 3 more times. So 1 for every moon phase. We're going to go over to the right, and we're going to go over to the left, and then come back into that seated position. This time as we come forward, let yourself move over to the left this time, and then over to the right. So make sure you're starting on the opposite side as well. Last one here. Inhale back up. And then exhale over. Use the abdominal strength. Beautiful. Sit back into those hips and breathe here. Beautiful. This time I would like for you to come forward and we're going to come into a laying position. So tummy muscles are down and then just use those arms as gateways, as pillars, like that nice Sphinx pose that we are. We're elevating our chest. We're extending those legs, okay? So really extend those legs behind you. Now I'm keeping my legs active, so make sure your knees aren't touching the floor. We really want to keep those legs engaged. We're going to pull our chest through those arms, and then we're going to do some cat-cows here as well, okay? So keeping our legs active, our arms are active, we're pushing the ground away, and then chin to chest, round that back. This is where you're going to feel the abdominals slightly lift off the mat, and then inhale, open up the chest. Push that chest through the pillars of those arms. Inhale, and then exhale, back to round. Inhale, lift, and exhale, round. Good, just 3 more like this. Take your time. Go at your own pace where you're not rushing this one. And exhale. Inhale, lift, and exhale. Good, there's 1 more on my mat. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to change things up ever so slightly. This time, whenever we inhale, we're going to lift up that one leg and we're going to inhale. We're going to drop that back foot and then exhale round. So let me just repeat. We're going to inhale, one leg lift. Push that chest through and then exhale both legs down on the mat and round. So come join me when you are ready. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, round. Keep squeezing that navel to the spine. Inhale and exhale. Let's go for 2 more on each leg. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So last one on each side for me. Beautiful. Now taking those hands, just placing the hands in front of you and just rest the forehead down. Just breathe and come back to 0. Breathe here for 3 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck, relax your body. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Keeping that forehead down this time. And this time we're going to take our forehead to the mat and our arms are going to come beside our body. Palms up. Back of the hands down. Take a deep breath in this time. We're going to keep the back of the hands down or we're just going to lift chest only. So legs are down, arms are down, chest only. So forehead in line with the mat. Inhale here and exhale lower. Let's do that 1 more time. So hands are down, legs are down, chest lifts. Inhale. Press the backs of the hands into the mat. Beautiful. Down we go. This time we're going to do chest and legs. So the arms are staying down on the mat. We're going to lift up our chest. We're going to lift up our legs and our arms are still on the mat. Beautiful. Lower down those legs, lower down the chest. 1 more time. Pull that navel in. Chest lifts, legs lift. Breathe here. And then exhale, lower. So now everything comes up. Chest, legs and arms. So inhale here, chest, legs, and reach with those arms. Beautiful. Breathe here and then exhale and lower. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs, lift those arms and reach for those heels. Exhale and lower. Just 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Everything reaches back. And beautiful. Drop it back down. Take those arms now in front of your head and rest your head. Come back to 0. And breathe here. So now we are going to move into the solar plexus chakra. So we're going to move back into our Sphinx pose. So if you just watch just for a second, when we go into a plank position, I want you to pull in from your navel first. If you notice, my hips are now off the ground. I'm going to curl my back toes in. Then I'm lifting my whole body. My knees are still on the ground and I'm really feeling the shakes of my abdominals. Then we're going to lift our legs up into that plank position, okay? So we're going to do 5, 10, and 15 breaths. If at any point you want to slow down and stop and come back into that rest position, please take it, right? So elbows are into the mat, lift up that chest, curl those back toes in, and start to peel the hips off the mat. So really draw in the abdominals. Come up onto the knees. Now we're going to lift up our knees and we're going to take a solid 5 breaths in through our nose, exhale through the nose. So we're really active with our legs. We are really active with our glutes, with our abdominals. Our elbows are pushing into the mat. Last breath here. This time lower down those knees, lower down those hips, lower down the body, and then feed through the pillars of those arms. Beautiful. Breathe here. You guys did awesome. Now, if you want to continue doing 5 breaths, please continue. If you want to up it another level, we're going to go for 10 breaths this time, okay? So, one more breath. Let's just get centered. Beautiful. So, let's reverse it. We're going to curl our toes in. We're going to peel our abdominals up off the mat first. Our hips are lifting. My knees are still on the floor. And then my knees come up for 10 breaths here. So this is a very active position. We are pulling in our navel, squeezing our glutes, lengthening our thighs, our hamstrings, pushing the ground away with our arms. Good. We've only got 3 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale, 2 more. Inhale, exhale, keep it strong. Last inhale. Drop the knees, drop the hips, feed those arms through, and breathe. Beautiful. Whew. Okay, a little bit breathless on that one. I hope you are finding this a nice fiery heat in that solar plexus chakra. So again, remember, use your discernment. We're going to go for 15 breaths this time, okay? So elbows back into the mat, curl those toes in, lift up the abdominals first, tighten up that core, then the knees come up. We're going to go for 15 breaths here. So we're all in it together. Breathe in and out. Keep looking towards your fingertips. Keep those legs and arms active. Glutes are working, abs are working. Keep breathing. Good. We've only got 7 more breaths here. Nice and strong. Good. Keep it going. You might be getting those shakes now. 5 more breaths. Last 2. Beautiful. Drop those knees. Whew, this time, bring those arms alongside your chest. We're going to push up onto our knees. Sit back into child's pose and rest here. Beautiful. So just take 5 deep breaths. Get your breath back online. Deep inhale. Slow and deep exhale. Last 2 breaths here. Beautiful. Look up to those hands and just walk those hands back and then come up to a seated position. So we're going to go straight into a downward dog position from here. So fingertips in that half position, and then curl our back toes in. When you're ready, scoot those hips up nice and high, and then just bend the knees. Because this is our first down dog, just give those legs a little bit of a stretch. Now your down dog is going to be dependent on you. If you want to kick those heels up nice and high, hips nice and high. If you want to bend those knees, then that's okay too. So go with what your body wants today rather than it being perfect, right? So we're not about perfection. None of us are perfect. So how can we be perfectly imperfect today? What does our body need? So 5 breaths here. When you're ready, settle down into this downward fixed position. It might be your heels are high, it might be your knees are bent, it might be your tailbone is reaching towards the ceiling. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. This time you're just going to shift yourself up to a plank position. So we don't necessarily need to move our legs. If we are in a beautiful down dog position, we should be able to move swiftly into a plank position. Okay, so if you're not there already, please get yourself there. And what we're going to do is we're going to move quickly from the downward dog position into a plank using our breath. So we're going to do 10 repetitions. Remember, you can take the pace as you like. So if you're coming with me, we're going to inhale, exhale, plank. Inhale, exhale, plank. Inhale, exhale, plank. Use that force, use that breath. Inhale, exhale, plank. Inhale, exhale. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. Beautiful. Get back into that downward dog position. If that was a little bit too much for you, drop down into those knees, sit back into those heels, get yourself into a child's pose for 3 breaths. Regulate that breath. That was a lot of fire, a lot of heat. Beautiful. So if you're not already, that left leg up this time. So left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, curl it in, and then inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, curl it in. Last one, inhale to the sky, exhale, curl, and this time plant your left foot down, drop that back knee, and relax. And remember that left thumb is pushing into that left hip, and then you're going to come up. So again, I'm still in that hip crease. My belly is almost still on my thigh. So I really will feel a nice stretch around my hip flexor muscle. 3 breaths here. Beautiful. Last one. Taking those hands back down to the floor, curl that back toe in, and then push yourself back into a downward dog. Now, if you've had enough of the downward dog, please feel free to come into child's pose as your rest position. Take a deep breath in. We're going to raise that right leg up again, up nice and high, and then scoot it through those hands, and then drop that back leg. Beautiful. Taking that hip crease, we're going to push ourselves up, but this time we're going to stay in that hip crease and raise up those arms up to the sky. So you're going to feel really strong and heavy in that leg. Your glutes are engaged, your hamstrings are working on your left side, your right side is pushing into the mat. So imagine you're pushing your right toe and your left pinky toe into the mat. So you've got a nice long line of energy. 1 more deep breath in here, And then exhale, lower down those arms. We're gonna test you a little bit more this time. Before you do anything, keep the toes relaxed and see if you can come up onto that foot. Just stretching out the front of the foot. Beautiful, lower a bit back down. And then take yourself back into a downward dog position, however you want to. Hold it here for 3 breaths. One more breath here. Beautiful. Let's go into the right side this time. Inhale, lift. Sorry, we were left side, weren't we? Left side, lift. And then exhale all the way down into that left hip, extending that foot. Left hip stays low, arms lift. Beautiful height with that body. Beautiful stretch on that right side. 2 more breaths here. Beautiful, lower those arms down, and if you can, pick up that leg, give that leg a stretch on the front of your foot. Beautiful, drop it back down. Wonderful, love those positions. Hands back down, all the way down to down dog. So we're gonna move a little bit faster this time, and we're gonna add on, okay? So, right leg lifts up to the sky, knee to nose, plant it down onto the mat, left leg lowers. Come up with those arms for 3 breaths. Beautiful, lower those arms down. This time keeping those foot extended, lift up that thigh and lower down. Curl that back toe, lift up that whole thigh, lower down. Now you've got 2 options. You can either stay here and lift it up as much as you can, or you can curl those back toes for one last time, lift. Beautiful, lower it back down again, lift up that torso again and come into goalpost arms. Beautiful, come up to the ceiling, lift, lift, lift to the sky, and then goalpost arms. One more, lift up to the sky and exhale, hands back down to the ground, push yourself back into downward dog. We'll do that whole thing on the other side. Just take 3 breaths here to regulate. Beautiful, lift that left leg up, bring it all the way in, dropping that back leg. And we're gonna come up, palms up to the sky. Come back into that goalpost position and lift up. 2 more like this, goalpost and lift. Last one and lift. Beautiful, lower it back down. If you prefer, you're gonna keep those toes down and really reach for the toes. Nice long line of energy. Or if you prefer, you can curl those toes and lift and lower. So whatever you prefer. One more, lift and lower. Take those hands back down, curl the toes back into the ceiling, up into downward dog. So last round this time, we'll lift that right leg up to the sky, take it knee to nose, plant it in front of you, drop down with that knee. So again, we're gonna take our options. Either your toe stays down to lift, or your back toe curls to lift. 2 more like this. Lift and lower. Lift. If your toes aren't already curled in, curl those toes in, lift up that whole leg, and now we're coming into a high lunge. Beautiful. In this high lunge, square those hips off. Goalpost arms for 3. Legs are on fire. Glutes are working, hamstrings are working, quads are working. Last one. Beautiful, lift those arms up, take it all the way down to the floor, push yourself back into downward dog. 3 breaths here. Beautiful, raise that left leg up, bring it all the way in, drop that leg down, and extend that opposite leg. Remember your options. Your toes are down or your toes are curled in. Last one. Beautiful. Curl those toes in. Lift yourself up to a high lunge this time. And elbows bent, goalpost arms. Lift, elbows bent, goalpost arms. Last one, keep that back leg active. Do not bend that back leg. Beautiful. Take those arms back. This time, come over to sit in your hips. Come into child's pose. 5 breaths here. Just breathe into this rest position. Down, regulate. Let's just turn down the dial of that heat in that body. So you've accumulated a lot of heat. And now we're just trying to ease up. If you feel comfortable, take those arms back behind to your feet and breathe here for the last remainder of those breath counts. Open up your spine, open up those hips. Beautiful. Curl yourself up. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to stay seated, and I'm going to bring my pillow back because I do want to have a comfortable position before we move back into the active position, okay? So remember, if you need a drink, please do take one. So this time what we're going to do, let me just demonstrate as you're getting comfortable what our next session will be. So this element will be our throat chakra. So we are wanting to express ourselves. You know, we want to be heard, and also we want to be listened to. And we also want to be listening. So the throat chakra has these elements. What we're going to do is we're going to plug our thumbs into our ears, and then don't do it just yet, otherwise you're not going to be able to hear me. And then what we're going to do is when we plug our thumbs into our ears, we're going to close down our eyes and move our fingertips over our eyes. This is when you're really going to feel you're not going to hear anything else basically. As we do this, we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose, and then we're going to exhale on that breath and hum. So I'm going to deep inhale in, and then so you're going to hum for as long as your exhale counts, okay? So I will try and speak a little bit loudly to get you out of this, because you are so ingrained in this breath work that it will be completely rejuvenating for you, okay? So when you're ready, plug those thumbs into your ears, and we're going to go for 2 minutes in total, okay? So close down those eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose. 2 more rounds here. Keeping those eyes closed, removing those hands away from your eyes. Just keep those eyes closed. And keep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Just feel how you feel from that hummingbird breath. Two more breaths here. Beautiful. Okay, so coming back into all fours, I'm going to take the mat away now. I'm going to come into all fours. And remember, if you need some matting for your knees, please take them. This is our next movement. We're going to keep our knees below our hips, and we're going to lift up our arms, and we're going to exhale, sweep our arms back, our forehead comes to the ground, okay? So we're going to do this 5 times. So when we're ready, inhale, lift, and then exhale, squeeze that bum, down we go. Inhale, exhale. Use the abdominals, try not to face plant the floor. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Beautiful. Slowly come up, and let's just do a really grounded position this time. So we're going to come into mountain pose. In this position, fix your left foot, ground it into the floor. Now you've got a few options here depending upon your level and what you're feeling today. Remember, listen to your body. You can either take bus stop number 1, bus stop number 2, or if you want to take it right into that groin, make sure you're planting that leg down, and then taking those hands on your hips, or taking those branches of those arms, reach it up to the ceiling and open those fingertips up so you're receiving the blessings that are going to be bestowed upon you today and throughout today. Inhaling for 3 breaths, exhaling, reach up those branches. You are strong, you are stable, you are able to be adaptable and malleable to whatever life challenges come your way. Take those hands into a prayer position, take it into your heart space, and release that leg. Beautiful. Fixing the right side this time, taking that left foot to bus stop 1, 2, or 3. Remember, avoiding that knee, pushing into that right side, taking those branches with those arms straight up to the sky, and breathe here. Allow those blessings, those miracles, those opportunities to fall into your hands as if by magic. And if you fall, that's okay. Come back into it. You are beautiful and amazing exactly as you are. Take those hands into a prayer position right in front of your heart space and lower down that leg. Beautiful. Okay, we have a 2-minute recess. Now for the crown chakra, we can either go into a shoulder stand or a headstand, or you can even come into a child's pose position and then lifting your bum up but lowering your head. So it's still clear from this position, but you're still doing an inversion. Yeah, so you've got a few options there. It's a 2-minute recess. Do with whatever you feel is good for you today. If you want to do legs up the wall or a waterfall, it's completely up to you. So I'm going to let you go into either a headstand or shoulder stand, whatever inversion you feel your body is prepared for. So have a play around, Do with whatever your body is telling you to do. Beautiful poses. Great options, everyone. Just play around with it. You've still got 1 more minute. And if you're not doing anything, just have a play. Use this opportunity to embrace your divine feminine. Enjoy this moment. Still got 50 more seconds. So whatever position you are in, slowly come down and just rest your head, hovering. As I said at the beginning, hover your head so you're not quite in child's pose. You're lifting your head off the floor. Okay, beautiful. So slowly, when you're ready, turn yourself over onto your mat and come to lie down into a nice comfortable Shavasana position. So find the space that fills you with joy and ease and rest. In this position, make sure those legs are wide, those armpits have some space in between them. Let your legs fall to the side. And breathe here. So in this position, I want you to imagine you're breathing through the right side of your foot all the way up to the top of your head. And then you're exhaling from the left side of your head all the way down to the left side of your foot. So you're breathing in from the left all the way to the top of your head, and then exhaling all the way down to the right foot. So it's basically the alternating nostril breath work that we did right at the beginning, but with our whole body. Inhaling through one side of your body, exhaling through the opposite. Breathe here. So Slowly bringing the awareness back into this present space. Give that breath a little bit deeper. Breathe into the navel, breathe into the chest. Wiggle those fingers and toes. Stretch those arms right up overhead. Stretch that whole body. Maybe bring those knees into the chest and give them a bit of a hug. Beautiful. And when you're ready, move over to the one side, your favorite side, into that fetal position. Keep those eyes closed down for now. Keep yourself in this space and slowly come up to a seated position in your own time. Keeping those eyes closed. There is no need to rush this position. We are perfectly on time. Keeping those eyes closed, take those palms in front of you and rub those fingertips and the palms together. Create that friction. Create that heat. Beautiful. Now take those hands over those eyes and open up those eyes. Let in that darkness. And then move those palms away to let in the light. Bringing those hands towards your chest.